Good evening, my Real News Midday TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update. And in the news this evening, FLA launches probe after firearm holder seen assaulting nurse in viral video. The Firearm Licensing Authority says it has launched an investigation into an incident caught on video showing a man in possession of a firearm physically assaulting a nurse. The FLA, in a release Friday, said it commences investigations into incidents like these where it can be confirmed that the individual involved is a licensed firearm holder. We are assuring the public that a thorough investigation will be conducted and the necessary actions under the law will be taken. The FLA takes this opportunity to remind the licensed firearm holders that brandishing or using a firearm to intimidate or assault a person is a criminal offense, said Kate Amoy Goldburn, FLA Corporate Communications Officer. The FLA said it will provide an update as soon as its Board of Authority has made a decision regarding this matter. The news understands that the incident happened on Mount Friendship Road on Tuesday night. The circumstances that led to the incident are still unclear, but it is understood that sometime after 7 p.m., the man and the nurse were driving separate vehicles along the roadway when the man became enraged and attacked the woman. A video of the incident that went viral on social media Thursday night shows the man with a gun in his hand brutally assaulting the nurse, including stomping on her head. The FLA said it is encouraging the public to contact the authority or police where they witness or know of any misuse of firearms by licensed firearm holders. Reports can be made via email at info@fla.gov.jm or by calling 876-927-6057 to 59. St. Elizabeth man accused of sexually assaulting 6-year-old charged. Police have charged a 59-year-old St. Elizabeth man with 2 counts of grievous sexual assault over an alleged incident involving a 6-year-old girl. Police named him as Lyndon Williams, otherwise called Denny, a farmer of Mariba District in Leeds, St. Elizabeth. A police report said the assault took place on Saturday, May 10, about 5:30 p.m. Further information is that the child was at home last Saturday, where the man allegedly pulled the child from a veranda and fondled her. The community descended on the man and mobbed him. He was taken to the Black River Hospital where he was treated and placed in lockup. Hog man charged for stickup at a Clarendon bar. A 24-year-old laborer has been charged after allegedly holding up a bar and robbing and shooting a man. Charged with robbery with aggravation, wounding with intent, possession of a prohibited weapon, and unauthorized possession of ammunition is Alex Grandison, otherwise called Hogman or Gussie, of Kensington, Slagoville in St. Catherine. Reports from the Maypen police are that about 8:25 a.m. on April 29, Grandison, armed with a firearm, alighted from a vehicle and entered a business establishment along the tollgate main road in Clarendon. He allegedly ordered the patrons not to move and then proceeded to rob a man of his belongings. Grandison and the man reportedly got into a tussle and the man was shot. The patrons fled and Grandison reportedly made his escape in the motor vehicle. On Wednesday, May 7, Grandison was arrested and later charged after a question and answer session in the presence of his attorney. His court date is being finalized. St. Catherine woman charged for alleged $1.2 million car sales scam. A 24-year-old woman has been charged with obtaining money by false pretense after she allegedly collected nearly $1.2 million for a vehicle she claimed she was selling from her father's car mart. Selena Green of Lakeland, Greendale, St. Catherine reportedly took $1,185,000 from the complainant on Sunday, April 20, for the purchase of the motor vehicle. When the vehicle could not be produced, a report was made to the police, who launched an investigation. It was revealed that Green had no car for sale and she was not employed. She was subsequently arrested and charged with the offense. A court date for her is being finalized. Court rules that declarations of SOEs by government were unconstitutional. The Constitutional Court has ruled in favor of Opposition People's National Party General Secretary Dr. Dayton Campbell, granting declarations that the multiple states of public emergency declared by the government between 2018 and 2023 were unconstitutional. The court found that SOEs declared on 15 separate dates, including January 2018, March 2018, April 2019, June 2020, and as recently as February 2023, were not made for a constitutionally valid purpose, were not demonstrably justified in a free and democratic society, and were inconsistent with the Jamaican Constitution. The decision was handed down today. In a major rebuke of the government's use of SOEs in crime fighting, the court also ruled that 3 so-called rolling proclamations made by the Governor General in November and December 2022 amounted to a breach of the separation of powers, as they effectively bypassed the Parliament's role in extending emergency powers beyond the constitutionally permitted 14 days. The declarations mean the challenged SOEs were void and unconstitutional. Declarations sought by Campbell: 1. A declaration that SOEs declared in several areas on January 18, March 18, and September 2018, April 30, July 7, and September 5, 2019, January 6 and June 14, 2020, November 14, 2021, June 17, November 15, December 6, and December 28, 2022, February 15, 2023 were not made for any purpose specified in Section 20 of the Constitution and were not demonstrably justified in a free and democratic society and were inconsistent with the Constitution and are void. 2. A declaration that the SOE declarations more general on November 15, 2022, December 6, 2022, and December 28, 2022, by which he declared states of public emergency in specified communities, constituted a breach of the separation of powers principle, in that the executive effectively purported to exercise a power that the Constitution reserved to Parliament in relation to the power to extend a state of public emergency for longer than 14 days, were therefore inconsistent with the Constitution and are void. Michael Hilton KC and attorneys Dwayne Allen, Alexis Robinson, and Daniel Allen represented Campbell. Faith Hall, Director of State Proceedings, and attorney Matthew Gabidon represented the Attorney General's chambers. The court, which comprised of 3-judge panel of judges, Bertram Morrison, Andrew Pettigrew Collins, and Simone Wolf-Rees, had reserved the judgment on November 26, 2024. The oral orders were read out by Collins. Justice Morrison was absent. Thank you everyone for watching. See you tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. for another news update.